Is your Miata running hot? Tried some of the traditional attempts to fix the problem that have not been successful? Here's a solution that may be of some help to you. We're going to take a look at a unique product from a company called Redline Oils called Water Wetter. Water Wetter reduces the surface tension of water, which in turn helps your cooling system be more successful in cooling your engine and transferring heat. Now, I'm not going to go into the science of Water Wetter. I'm going to leave that to the scientists at Redline Oils to explain here in this short clip.
Water Wetter Supercoolant is one of the best-selling products that Redline engineers. It helps vehicles perform better by reducing coolant temperatures by as much as 30 degrees. So how does Water Wetter make water wetter? First, let's take a look at your cooling system. Your vehicle generates power through combustion, the burning of air and fuel. In addition to the power your car generates, combustion also generates a tremendous amount of heat. Your cooling system flows a mixture of water and antifreeze through your engine and radiator to transfer excess heat away from the engine to keep it operating within a normal temperature range. As the fluid goes through your radiator, that heat is finally released to the atmosphere. As temperature builds inside your engine, hot spots form. Since water has a high surface tension, these hot spots cause the water to form vapor bubbles. The bubbles reduce the surface area between the water and the engine. The less surface area there is, the less area the heat has to transfer from the engine to the water. So these vapor bubbles reduce the effectiveness of your cooling system. Redline Water Wetter is engineered to reduce the surface tension of water, in turn reducing the size of the bubbles that form around these hot spots. By reducing the size of the bubbles, Water Wetter increases the effective surface area of the water under high temperatures and increases the water's ability to transfer heat. Water Wetter not only doubles the wetting ability of water in modern cooling systems, it also reduces rust, corrosion, and electrolysis, provides long-term corrosion protection, cleans and lubricates water pump seals, prevents foaming, reduces cavitation, binds with hard water to reduce scaling. Water is the best heat transfer agent in your cooling system, far superior to glycol-based coolant. For this reason, race cars use only water in their cooling systems. The addition of Redline Water Wetter in a race car will not only improve the cooling system's ability to reduce engine temperatures, the anti-corrosive properties of Water Wetter will also help prevent corrosion, as well as provide the lubrication your water pump needs to operate properly. Dynamometer tests show significant improvements in cooling temperatures using Water Wetter. These tests were performed with a cast iron small block Chevy with aluminum cylinder heads and a 160-degree thermostat. The engine operated at 7,200 RPM for 3 hours, and the stabilized cooling temperature was recorded and tabulated. Cooling system fluid stabilized temperature, 50% glycol, 50% water, 228 degrees. 50-50 with Water Wetter, 220 degrees. Water alone, 220 degrees. Water with Water Wetter, 202 degrees. These numbers are similar to the temperatures seen under race conditions or heavy-duty street use. The bottom line, Redline Water Wetter is a low-cost way to immediately reduce your engine's operating temperature and increase the life of your engine and cooling system.
So, can just Water Wetter turn my Miata from this into this? Let's find out together. First, make sure you've got a good radiator cap. If your radiator cap is more than several years old, make sure to replace it. While the engine's still cold, take off the radiator cap and look down in your radiator while the engine is running. If you see coolant flowing, it tells you two good things. One, the thermostat is opening and working, and the other is that the water pump is working and circulating your coolant. Listen for your cooling fan to click on while the engine's at operating temperature, and touch your hand to your top radiator hose. If that hose feels hot, it means the coolant is flowing through it. If any of these previously mentioned things don't work correctly, get them fixed before you try the Water Wetter. Otherwise, the Water Wetter will not help. So how fast can a Miata go from this to this? Let's find out in this time-lapse demonstration. Holy cow, it only took us 7 minutes to go from normal operating temperature to near overheating. We've got to do something about this and fast. So here's a solution if you find yourself in this situation. To get rid of this heat fast and to save your engine from potential damage, turn your heat up to max, turn off your air conditioner, and let the heat blow out through the vents. So how quickly will this help solve this problem? Let's take a look at this time-advanced video and see what the results are. In about a minute and a half of real time, we've saved the day. Okay, enough scientific lingo and emergency preparedness. Let's get the water wetter in there. Get a turkey baster and siphon out all of the coolant from the coolant overflow tank. The reason you want to siphon out all the coolant is you'll be adding the water wetter into the overflow tank. You add the water wetter to a full sump of coolant fluid in the overflow tank, you'll end up overfilling the system, and you'll have to siphon out both the water wetter and the coolant out of the overflow tank, which wastes the product. Continue siphoning until all of the coolant is removed from the overflow tank. Once the cooling system has completely cooled down, remove the radiator cap. Add the water wetter directly into the radiator, but be careful not to overfill, and be careful not to spill the water wetter. It's expensive stuff, so don't waste it. Don't forget to put your radiator cap back on and make sure it's seated properly and tightly. It's an important part of the cooling system process that the cap be tightened properly so that pressurization can occur. Add the remainder of the water wetter into the coolant reservoir so that it can circulate through the system. Once all of the water wetter has been added to the system, it's time to top off the coolant reservoir back up to the full line while the cooling system is cold only. This is the reason we drained all of the coolant before putting the water wetter in. This way we can add water back into the system and properly level off the coolant system so that we don't have an overflow. And remember, if you overfill the system, you're going to be siphoning out the $10 bottle of water wetter along with the very inexpensive tap water you'll be adding back to your system. Don't forget to put the cap back on once you're done filling it up. Okay, time to put water wetter to the test. The heat index is 103 degrees with a 90-degree scorching day in Somerville. We're going to leave the car idling in the driveway for almost an hour, heated to normal temperature, with the air conditioner turned on. Let's go. Well, there you have it. The car sat in the driveway for an hour in the heat and didn't reach the same heat levels as it did previously in just 7 minutes. WaterWetter proved to be an excellent addition to my cooling system and has helped solve some of my cooling problems. If you're one of the Miata owners that's having problems with their cooling system overheating, WaterWetter would make an excellent addition to your system. It's not a cure-all and it's not magic in a bottle, but it's pretty close and it did a fantastic job on my Miata, and I suspect it would do a great job for yours as well. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Mazda Miata Fan. See you soon. Bye-bye.